Hey everybody, this is Christian Jimenez, North District Director of the Georgia Association of Nursing Students, and today I'm going to give you some tips and strategies to help you succeed in your exams. Now, a quick disclaimer before we begin. What I'm outlining here, that's just my personal advice. These are tips that have been either passed down to me by other people or that I've been practicing for years. And they have worked for me and for many others. And also, I am not endorsing any companies or products. So let's begin. You have a few choices. If you're ahead in your readings, great job. However, if you want to save time and get to the point quickly, read your holistic book. And holistic book sounds like a funky term, but those who work with ATI or Kaplan or are aware of reviews and rationales will know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't started nursing school or have no idea what reviews and rationales are, well, they're concentrated knowledge. Think of them as a summary of your textbook. Everything from assessment findings to nursing interventions to collaborative care to complications to outcomes. They are outlined and summarized and put in a sequential manner. And I love using these books because they take out all of the fillers that the textbooks have and they give you the most important things that you need to know. I do refer to my textbook from time to time whenever I need clarification, so don't get rid of your textbook just yet. What I also like about reviews and rationales is that at the end of each chapter, they have practice questions. And some people struggle with the exam format in nursing school. And doing these practice questions not only helps with reinforcing the material, but also with learning format and getting used to it. And when you do the practice questions, read the rationales for all the answers. Also, talk about what you're studying. Make it a conversation with your friends. Make the material conversational because sometimes during the exam you will have doubts about a certain answer, but it will be easier to recall a conversation that you had with someone than it will be to recall a paragraph that you read at midnight when you were tired and sleepy. And this one tip has really helped me a lot. These three are three books that I use. Again, I am not endorsing any company or product. These are three books that have worked for me that I like. Different publishing companies have different books by different authors. So I suggest that if you want to go this route, do the research and see which books will work for you. The day before the exam, get some rest. Go to bed early. Don't go to bed at 3 a.m. and then get up at 4:30 to study some more when your exam is at 8. Your brain is still going to be tired and you won't learn any more than you already have. In the morning, allow yourselves enough time to get something to eat, for traffic, parking, and get to your exam early. If you're running late, that's just going to add to your anxiety and to your stress. When you get to school, don't start listening to all the craziness around you. People are going to be talking and people are going to be nervous and anxious, and that's just going to confuse you and make you more anxious. So, what I do personally to avoid that is that I take earplugs with me and put them in when I get to the classroom. And I just get in my zone, and the world around me could be collapsing, but for all I care, but I am focused on my purpose, which is to get the best grade possible on the exam. So if you want to give it a try, go ahead and let me know if it works. And also remember that confidence is a great quality to have at all times, but also be confident that you know the material. Depending on the school and the instructor, 80 to maybe 95% of the questions on the exam are going to be application. And we have dosage calculation problems in all of our exams. So if you do as well, I suggest that you do those first because in a time crunch, it would be easier to guess, quote unquote, the right answer to a regular question than it will be working on a multi-step math problem. So do your math, double check, and then move on. If your exams are paper-based, and even if they're not, just ask for some scratch paper. Write on the exam, underline the keywords, cross out the distractors, circle lab values, and identify the important stuff that you need to know to answer the question. And next to each answer, write your rationale as to why they're right or why it's wrong. And this one also helps a lot. And always double check your Scantron. Make sure that you have filled the right letter on the right question. Also, take your time, don't rush. Read each question and answer carefully. You don't want to miss certain keywords, and do not overanalyze the question or the answers. Don't assume any scenarios or any background information that is not given to you in the question. Work with the data that has been presented to you and only that. And remember, if part of the answer is wrong, the entire answer is wrong. The nursing process is there for a reason. If the question is asking you for the best nursing action, start with assessment. If assessment is not there, it's not one of the options, then go down in order and follow the nursing process. Unless it is a specific question asking for a specific step, use the nursing process. And ABCs, airway, breathing, circulation, that framework is there for a reason. Maintaining a patent airway will take precedence pretty much over anything else. So say the question says that the patient is reporting a pain of 8 on a 0 to 10 pain scale, but respirations are of 5 and oxygen saturation is 88. Your priority is airway. So prioritize. And again, the nursing process, ABCs, and Maslow are going to help you with that. Another example, say you get a question about a patient that's reporting a pain of 7 on a 0 to 10 scale, but they're also crying and depressed because their spouse left them. In the context of the exam, you will take care of the pain first before you use your super awesome therapeutic communication skills and tell them, you seem sad. So again, prioritize safety. And in prioritization, another thing, you might see a question and they're going to give you 4 answers with 4 planned different for 4 interventions. And all of the interventions may be correct, but one of them will take precedence over all others. So remember that. And again, airway takes precedence over pain, which takes precedence over crying. For the love of God, do not change your answers. Because more often than not, when you start reading in between the lines and overanalyzing and creating scenarios in your head that are not there, the tendency will be to change the answers. And it is usually from right to wrong. Unless you have an epiphany, cut it out. Let it be. If your gut told you to go with a certain answer and you're more than 50% certain that that is the correct answer, leave it at that. You will have questions about nursing responsibilities. Do not pass your nursing responsibilities to someone else. For example, the question says something about like the patient has been started on Coumadin and is asking you about the adverse effects. You as a nurse have the responsibility to educate the patient. Answers like refer to Google or tell the patient that the doctor will give them that information, those are wrong. Also, you might get delegation questions, and those are rather simple to answer for the most part. If it requires nursing assessment or judgment, Do not delegate them to assisting personnel. Period. And my last point, in nursing, or in the context of nursing exams, there are no absolutes. Whenever you see words like will, only, always, never, and my favorite, will only, do not fall for those. And I have in the past, and I've learned my lesson. So whenever you see absolute terms, stay away from them because those are wrong. I hope that these tips will help you, and if you have any questions, please email me. Thank you.